Hello everyone, Logan from Curated Avalon, and it's December 4th, which means we have the 4th day of Diamine Inkvent. The first 3 have been very interesting. Smoky Tobacco, and this is going to be a scented ink. So, Smoky Tobacco. And I usually have an issue with the scented inks being a little too strong for me. So I'll be curious with this one to see if I like the scent and then if it's too much. Ooh. Okay, so it smells lovely. And it truly does smell like tobacco. Let's start off with a couple of spatters, the onion skin paper and the Tomoe River Paper. Another attribute of the scented inks that I've noticed is that they tend to be very wet. Color is very pretty. I would say it does look like a very wet ink. And I'm liking as the ink is spreading thin. Looks very 70s, like a 70s study. Maybe some paneling brown there. It looks like the cream paper is showing it off as warmer, and the white paper is cooler in tone. So I'm going to be using my Monteverde Regatta. This has the walnut and the black carbon with the gunmetal accents. And this is a fine nib. You know what? I've got the syringe handy. I'll make use of it. So far the smell, it's not overwhelming. I don't find it obnoxious. I can feel like ever so slightly my head being a little twingy, but it's not bad. I actually like the smell. This is fine. Might take a little bit more to encourage that ink. I'm going to go ahead and just saturate the feed. This isn't something that I do when I'm just writing with a fountain pen. It makes sense for me to do it for the videos because then you can see the ink a little bit faster. But flooding the feed, if you're writing, like you are going to be writing for a while, it makes sense. But if you're not, and you're going to have your pen capped or you're going to be traveling with it, having all of that ink in your feed, not super smart. But it works for this just fine. I'm getting some more variation on the Tomoe River Paper here with that brown color. I'd say more so than on the onion skin. being in Virginia, this is a very name-appropriate ink. I'll be interested to see if this bleeds through because, like I said, the scented inks tend to be more wet. I like the flow. The flow's fine. I'm not seeing any feathering like I have before with some of the scented inks. So I'm just going to let that dry for a few minutes and come back to it. I started thinking about some of my favorite holiday films. So Christmas Vacation for me, that is not my favorite holiday film. However, it is very widely played in my house when I am trying to get things done around the holidays. If I'm wrapping presents or cleaning, whatever it is like the most fantastic Christmas movie to just have on and come in on funny moments. I know the whole thing is kind of a riot, but it's very interesting to me how you can just like walk out and come back in at any point. You don't feel like you've missed anything because the next hilarious thing is happening. I have some other favorite holiday films. I also love Home Alone. I feel like that's also one that you can have on in the background, but I have to have watched it at least once that season or I'll get stuck just sitting in front of the TV watching that one because I love Home Alone. I like 1 and 2. White Christmas, but that is special. You can't just turn that on and then walk away from the television. And I like Holiday Inn, but I'm fine with watching that one after Christmas if it comes to it. Like if I don't get to see it before Christmas, it's okay. And Elf. I do like Elf. It's funny, and that one I can have on. As long as I've watched it once through that year, I can have it on and get things done while it's playing. So those are a couple of my favorite holiday movies. I'd love to hear what yours are in the comment section below. This ink has been drying nicely. It is very wet, but I like the texture of it. The flow was fine. I don't see any crazy feathering. It's a very masculine ink. Did have a little bit of bleed through. Nothing major, just a little bit. So that's on the onion skin paper, on the Tomoe River paper. Don't see any feathering. It's very consistent. And it did come through, but it didn't touch the other page. A very pretty ink. And I don't have a massive headache, so that's good on the scented part. I'd love to know if you like scented inks. Let me know in the comment section below, and don't forget, what are your favorite holiday films? Thank you so much for watching.